As we all know, last year the Texans' defense was atrocious, horrible, terrible. I mean, any word that you can think of that describes something in a bad way, you could use it to describe the Texans' defense. Now, lucky for us, lucky for the Texans, in my opinion, the biggest thing that needed to be fixed on this defense has already been fixed. And that is Romeo Crennel. I think he was by far the biggest issue on the team, or defensively at least. The dude's just lost it. Yes, back then, legendary defensive coordinator, future Hall of Famer probably, but he's lost it, man. I've said this multiple times throughout this offseason, and, the offseason just started, but I still feel like I've said this hundreds of times. I think this defense has talent. Do they need to add more talent? Yes. But we have talent. The Texans should have at least been an average defense this season with the talent that they have. But they weren't, and that was because of Romeo Crennel. And I think this is going to be my last Romeo Crennel rant, probably, hopefully, ever. So, here it goes. Romeo Crennel is probably the only person in the NFL that can't figure out a way to use Clowney, Watt, and Merciless. I've said this multiple times, but in my opinion, that was the first red flag that, the dude has lost it. Because, how in the world can you not figure out how to use Merciless, Watt, and Clowney? Anyone could figure it out. Literally, anyone. Watt, he can play inside. Yeah, when he was with Wade Phillips, he played inside. In 2014, when he coached them, he played inside. It is literally not that hard. And then, fast forward to this year, you have 3 corners that specialize in press man coverage. Roby, Conley, and Hargraves, they're all at their best in press man coverage. What does this dude do? Lines them up 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. I just don't get it. He's not putting his players in position to succeed when he does that. Another example, Benardrick McKinney. McKinney should never, ever, ever have to be in coverage, but for whatever reason, McKinney was in coverage quite a lot this season. And, some people might say, well, it's because Dylan Cole got hurt. You got Peter Colombayi and that Adams linebacker. I forgot his name. I think it's Tyrell. You got those guys. They're both better in coverage than McKinney. McKinney is a complete liability in coverage. But, Crennel didn't care. He left McKinney out there. And here's another issue I had with Crennel. The dude sucks at subbing players in and out. Come on, man. Obvious passing situations, you should have Charles Omenihu and Jacob Martin both out there. But instead, he got a tubby like Brandon Dunn out there trying to rush the passer. What in the world is that? It is so annoying and frustrating. It was so annoying and frustrating. There would be games where Jacob Martin would play 12% of snaps. That should not be the case. This guy preferred Brandon Scarlett, who can't do anything Like, literally, Brendan Scarlett can't do anything. He can't rush the passer. The dude loses containing the edge. At least Jacob Martin can rush the passer. But no, I guess because Romeo Crennel enjoys watching B-Scar TV, he throws Brendan Scarlett out there. I really don't know, man. But thank God, Crennel's gone. So now let's get to evaluating these players individually. And I'm just going to go for, like, the key players, and I'm gonna try to be as fair as possible and not, deduct points for Romeo Crennel being really dumb and using them improperly. So here we go. We're gonna start off with the D-line. J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt, I am giving him a B. J.J. Watt did a lot of good things for us. Those 9-10 games that he played, but I know you guys are going to hate to hear this, but J.J. Watt is not the same J.J. Watt that he was before. Like, yes, the pressure numbers and the hurries, they were the same, but that's not what I'm talking about. J.J. Watt is clearly a step slower. I mean, it's blatant. Like, in the past, Watt would chase down quarterbacks, wrap them up, and that's it. Play over. Now you got J.J. Watt having to dive for them, and the quarterback just, steps to the side, makes them miss. The play keeps going. J.J. Watt is a step slower than he once was, and, that's understandable. He's older. All those injuries have taken a toll on his body. And even though he did some good things for us, I'm to the point where I'm frustrated. Similar to how I am with Will Fuller. I'm frustrated that he can't stay healthy. And you know what they say, your best ability is availability. So if he's not available, he can't help the team out. But he did do good when he was there playing. But like I said, clearly a step slower than JJ in his prime. So now let's talk about the next guy, and that is DJ Reader. I am straight up giving DJ Reader an A. I mean, the job of a nose tackle is to eat up blocks and stop the run. DJ Reader, well, he eats up blocks and he stops the run. DJ Reader is one of the big reasons why Derrick Henry always struggles to run against the Texans. Like, Derrick Henry runs all over everyone. But when it comes to playing the Texans, well, DJ Reader is his daddy. Another guy, Quentin Nelson. There is no offensive lineman in the NFL that gets as much hype as Quentin Nelson. But when Quentin Nelson gets matched up against DJ Reader usually, just stops him in his tracks, doesn't let him, move on to the second level, pushes him back. DJ Reader is Quentin Nelson's daddy. DJ Reader is my daddy. Next guy, Charles Omenihu. Charles Omenihu is one of those guys that was kind of screwed over by Romeo Crennel. I think Charles Omenihu had a pretty good start to the season, but for whatever reason, Romeo Crennel didn't really play him as much later on into the season. Now, Charles Omenihu, he is, for right now, or for this season, he was kind of being used as a situational pass rusher, and, the guy made some plays, he got some pressures, and a really notable play was that strip sack against Patrick Mahomes in Week 6, and that was huge for us because we ended up winning that game by 7 points, and that strip sack fumble led to 7 points. So yeah, the guy, he's young. I mean, he was a rookie, so he's gonna get way better. Definitely a good start to his career, just unfortunately didn't get enough playing time, at least not enough playing time I thought he should have gotten. He needs some work against the run, but like I said, young player will definitely definitely get better. So I am giving him a C plus, because we didn't really get to see him play much, and well, he was meh against the run. Now, the next three guys, Angelo Blackson, Brandon Dunn, Carlos Watkins, I am giving them all C's. I mean, these guys are just back of the roster tubbies that stop the run. That's pretty much all there is to it. Brandon Dunn and Angelo Blackson, I think that's what they are. That's all they're going to be, just two tubbies that can stop the run and maybe eat up blocks. Decent players, good depth players to have. Nothing spectacular. Now, Carlos Watkins, I do think he has some potential to be a little bit more than just a run-stopping defensive lineman. I think he can develop some pass rushing abilities, because out of all three of these guys, I think Carlos Watkins has flashed the most. And, I think this was his second year, might have been his third year. I'm not too sure, but he's still a young player, and I do think he can still get better. Alright, now let's move on to the outside linebackers, starting off with Whitney Mercilus. Now, Whitney Mercilus, I am giving him a C+. Dude started off really good. I think it was like the first 3 weeks of the season, then just completely disappeared. Just straight up disappeared. Now, Mercilus is honestly the definition of average. The dude is average AF. He's not spectacular at rushing the passer, but he's not bad either. He's not an amazing run stopper, but he sets the edge and doesn't blow his assignment. He's very disciplined. He's just average, man. He is legit the definition of average, and the fact that they gave an average player like Mercilus a contract where he gets $13 million per year, that's a no for me, man. Alright, next guy. Jacob Martin. A+. When Jacob Martin played, he made plays. The dude's gonna be a stud for us. Think of someone like D Ford when you think of Jacob Martin. Jacob Martin can be like a D Ford for us. The dude is quick off the edge. He's got to keep improving his game, though, and I think he will. He's in his second year. It was his first year in Houston, and he was really not used as much as he really should have. So, a whole offseason to improve, get stronger, work with Watt maybe, work with Mercilus. Even though Mercilus is average AF, the dude's like a technician. He has all these moves at his disposal, and maybe he can teach Jacob Martin a thing or two, and Jacob Martin can come in next season and have 132 sacks. Who knows? Dude's gonna be a stud, though. Next guy, Brendan Scarlett. You guys know how I feel about Brendan Scarlett. Dude's trash, man. He's not good. For whatever reason, some people seem to think he's good. I don't know if it's because, there's been certain occasions where he's forced a fumble or two. Or I don't know if they think he's good because he has a little B-Scar TV thing, which, by the way, isn't really all that good. K-Jack TV was way better, but yeah. Brendan Scarlett, I'm giving him a D. I mean, the dude cannot pass rush at all, and he doesn't do anything. He blows his assignment sometimes, a lot of the times. Can't really stop the run, and if you guys saw... Well, obviously, you guys saw the playoff game versus the Chiefs. One of the plays that kind of shift the momentum, or, one of the plays that did shift the momentum was the huge kick return for 66 yards. If you look closely, one of the guys that blew his assignment was none other than Mr. B-Scar TV himself. Dude sucks. He is not good. I really wish he wouldn't be back here next season, but Yes, B-Scar TV. He's probably going to be back here next season. I don't like Brandon Scarlett. Next guy, Barkevious Mingo. Or how I like to call him, Barkevious Mango. Now, Barkevious Mango, I am giving him an A just because, it's Barkevious Mango. And he had a blocked punt in the playoffs. You know who didn't have a blocked punt in the playoffs? Jadeveon Clowney. Nah, I'm kidding. I mean, Barkevious Mingo, he's just a backup special teamer depth player. I mean, nothing special about him. I mean, he's just back of the roster guy. I'm not even really going to grade him either because he's just there. He doesn't play. He's just a special teamer. Special team specialist. Former first round pick. Now, let's move on to the inside linebackers. Benardrick McKinney. I'm giving McKinney a B-. I'm not going to take away points. I'm not going to take away a lot of points from McKinney for being out there in coverage. Everybody knows McKinney should not be out there in coverage. Now, McKinney had a decent season. I don't think this was McKinney's best season, though. Because in the past, I've seen McKinney flying downhill and getting TFL, shooting gaps quick. Like last year, the year before that. This year, McKinney was not as fast, in my opinion. Like he just wasn't playing at the same level. Now, McKinney is very important to this Texans defense, especially when it comes to, the run defense. You guys recall when we played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Week 16, the Bucs ran all over us. The Buccaneers, they suck at running the football. They cannot run the ball to save their lives. But against the Texans, they were able to do it. Why? Because McKinney wasn't playing. Teams need players like McKinney in the middle of their defense. That run thumper, stop the run guy. And that's McKinney. That's why I'm giving McKinney a B-. If he can elevate his game next season to how it was in 2018, then this run defense should definitely improve. Next guy, Zach Cunningham. I am giving him a B+. Zach Cunningham, he was out there flying around, doing everything, decent in coverage, pretty good at stopping the run. Now, the reason why Cunningham gets a B+ instead of an A is because I still think he can get way better. And the reason why I say that is because I saw Cunningham miss tackles way too much this season. Yeah, he racked up a bunch of tackles, but he could have had way more tackles. Because, there's a bunch of times where I see Cunningham miss the running back in the hole. A lot of times, the guy slips off of Cunningham. That's fine. Cunningham is still, or, he was in his third year. He's about to enter his fourth year. So the dude's going to get better, and Cunningham can, I think Cunningham can be Bobby Wagner, Luke Kuechly level. I think he can be that good. Because when you look at NFL linebackers, you either got the coverage guys that cover but can't stop the run, or you got the run thumpers, can stop the run, can't cover, like Benardrick McKinney. It is hard to find linebackers that are perfectly balanced and can do both, like Luke Kuechly and Bobby Wagner, and I think Cunningham can reach that level because he can do both. He can stop the run. He needs to work on his tackling a bit because I have seen him miss tackles. And he can also cover as well. So the sky's the limit for Cunningham, man. I think he can be better than McKinney. Or he might even already be better than McKinney because McKinney can't cover it all. But McKinney is a better run stopper. But Cunningham is still improving. So McKinney and Cunningham, man, it's going to be a really good linebacker duo for years to come. Next guy, Dylan Cole. Giving Dylan Cole a C. Stay healthy. I mean, he can cover. And not too bad against the run, but he's got to stay healthy. I still think he can get better. Hopefully we bring him back for, next season. Let's move on to the corners. Bradley Roby. I'm giving Bradley Roby a B. I thought Bradley Roby, did a good job this season. I think Roby can be a really good number 2 corner. My only gripe with Roby this season was, 1, drops. A little drop picks here and there. And, he was out for like 5 weeks. Injuries, again. Gotta stay healthy. Next guy. Garyon Conley. I'm giving him an A-. Conley's a stud, man. Like, he is an absolute stud. I do think Conley is our best corner. And I just love how Conley does not give up on the play. He just keeps playing, and he ends up knocking the ball out of the receiver's hands. Nobody else does that, like, on this team. I haven't seen anybody on this Texans team do that. Like, any corner, at least. J.J. didn't do it. Boye didn't do it. Kevin Johnson didn't do it. They just didn't do it. But Conley, like, the dude's going to be a stud, man. And I'm so excited. So I'm giving him an A-. Vernon Hargreaves, giving him a C+. The dude's the definition of inconsistent. Sometimes he'd make good plays. Sometimes he'd make bad plays. But he's 24. He's going to get better. We still have him under contract for next season. Hopefully they restructure that deal, though. And then we got Lonnie Johnson. I'm giving Lonnie a C. I mean, rookie year, up and down season. Made some good plays, made some bad plays. Similar to Vernon Hargreaves. But I feel like Lonnie has way more potential than Hargreaves because he is younger. But Lonnie also, he gets a little too grabby sometimes and gets called for holding in PI. So he needs to work on that, and I think he will. I think he'll get better. J.J., I'm giving him a D. He made a few plays. That's why it's not an F, but dude needs to retire. Now for the safeties. Justin Reed, I'm giving him a B. Now, this year wasn't that great of a year for Justin Reed compared to last year, at least, his rookie year. But after the season, we found out that he was playing with a torn shoulder labrum throughout the whole season. So that's pretty impressive. Tashaun Gibson, also giving him a B. I think he did a good job this season. Whenever he was out there, we did a good job of stopping tight ends, and that's kind of why we brought him in. It's really unfortunate that he didn't get to play against the Chiefs. Jalil Adai, I'm giving him a C. Dude, he can't cover, but he's a good box safety, and I wouldn't mind bringing him back. Mike Adams, similar to JJ, he made some plays here and there, but dude's got to retire. He's a scrub. I'm giving him a D. Now, in my opinion, our biggest needs in terms of personnel, it's pass rush, and then everything else is just depth. Like, we need backup linebackers, we need backup corners, and backup safeties. But other than that, like, I am very comfortable, like, with most of the starting players, honestly. Like, maybe just Angelo Blackson, but then you got Charles Omenu who can possibly take over that starting spot. So I'm pretty okay, but I do think the Texans need to add more backups, more situational pass rushers, and hopefully with Anthony Weaver, he subs the players in and out, unlike Romeo Crennel. But yeah, that's my opinion on the Texans defense. Comment down below your own opinion on the Texans defense. Go on a Romeo Crennel rant as well if you feel like it. And yeah, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.